Thank you to everyone who is joining us for the Give Us the Mic Partner and Advocate series as part of the Racial Truth and Reconciliation Week. My name is Olivia Wilson, and I work with Greater Richmond SCAN, and I serve as a Parent Engagement Coordinator. I'm here with Egette Indelele, CEO of Safe Haven. Safe Haven is committed to offering mental health and well-being programs to refugee and immigrant students and their families, helping them to succeed in American life and culture through programs in schools and community organizations. By educating students as well as parents about mental health, Safe Haven hopes to lessen the stigma around mental health and create a sense of support for students and families. Welcome, Egette.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just in the house. It's actually raining today, so nothing to do today. So
yes, same here. Well, I'm so glad that I have this opportunity to be in conversation with you. I'm so excited that I would like to just jump right into, the conversation and want to start by asking, what inspired you to create Safe Haven?
Yeah, of course. The inspiration of founding Safe Haven came from experience of being a refugee whose family and culture stigmatized mental health. And that's when I realized that, mental health services are very much needed in that community. And I also just wanted to make sure that, students like me had a space for them to talk about their experience of being a refugee, but also while getting the mental health education and services as well.
Wow, that's incredible. What were some of the challenges you and or your family encountered as a refugee coming to the United States?
There was a couple, but two that I may want to go over is basically like language barrier and, the culture. Obviously, we lived in a refugee for half of my life. So I came here when I was not half, but I came here when I was 8 years old, and my mom had escaped the Rwanda genocide. So like they were coming from refugees to different refugee camps. And once we came to America, it was, very much different. The language was different, the culture was different. So adjusting to that was very difficult. It was hard for us, but luckily, there was English language learners. So it's a program that helps students who are in school, and they teach them the English, and also they provide, different ways to, educate the students about different subjects in schools.
Wow. Yeah, I can imagine just being able to have this opportunity to be in your presence and to hear your story is just so incredible. And it really is a testament of your resilience and your family's resilience. Some of the viewers, someone who's watching may be curious to know, what is your cultural background or your nationality?
Yes.
Do you mind sharing?
Mm-hmm. So my family are from Burundi, but I was born in Tanzania. And then, we came here in 2006. I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but 2006. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing. So coming to the United States, what experiences of support had the greatest impact on you so far?
So far, it was the church and the community that we were in, especially coming to, America and not knowing, if there's other people like you in the area. The individuals at church, helped us, get to know where we were living, get to know, the different areas and schools, the food and everything. So they were there as a support. And after a year, we had moved to another place where there was a greater community that, people that looked like us, who were from the same area we were from.
Wow. Thank you again so much for just sharing all of this with us. It's really inspiring, and we have so much more to talk about, but I'm already kind of just really wanting to just sit with it and continue to process all that you're saying so far. But but you talked about, in your mission statement, you talk about wanting to educate students as well as their parents about mental health. Can you tell us more about your mother and your community's journey towards understanding mental health?
Yes. So my mom is still understanding and learning more about mental health, especially since my two younger siblings are living with mental illnesses. She's very much open now, and my knowledge with, mental health and psychology has actually helped her understand what it is and how to accept it. And, having, two younger brothers who do have those, it's been like really helpful for her to, start learning and finding a way to raise them better.
Wow, that's so important. Like the work that you're doing at Safe Haven is really so needed. And I was really intrigued by this work, and I know that you serve a specific population, but I even just think about the Black and Brown communities, various communities in general, and how there still is a stigma in general around mental health as it just relates to people of color. And so I really appreciate this work that you're doing to educate not only the students or the individuals seeking the support, but even their families and the community. This is really the work that is so needed. And so I'm just appreciative that this is an endeavor that you have taken on. And so let's talk more about Safe Haven, okay? So I first want to just kind of ask this question, and this is helpful for me, but might be helpful for others who are listening. What is the most appropriate term or language to use when identifying those you serve?
So they can be called, student of refugee and immigration backgrounds. So we're seeking to serve second generation students. So.
Okay, so I heard the most appropriate language to use is students of refugee and immigrant background. Thank you. Okay, so hopefully that helped those who are listening, because that certainly is very helpful for me as well. And so let's talk more about the programs and the services that you offer. What are those programs and services that are offered at Safe Haven, and how do you see them benefiting your members?
So we do have a couple of programs right now. I'll go through a couple. So we do have mental health and well-being education, and basically what we want to do with that is just to educate and raise awareness about mental health, just so they're able to learn more about what mental health is, the causes, and what it looks like. We also have a therapy section, and this comes in a couple of sessions later, so after 6 sessions. And we'll be including therapists who have worked with that population and knows, what to expect and how to work with them. We do have mentorship programs, and what we want to do with this mentorship program is to have mentors who can relate to the students, just to give the students a sense of support and understanding of, just because you're a refugee doesn't mean that, you can't go to college or reach higher goals. And also career readiness. We want to do the same thing as the mentorship program. And we want to also do theater interventions, and with that it's going to help them. So we create stories that is based off what they've been through with a positive ending, just to also give them that sense of yes, I'm this, but I will also get to this place. So those are a couple.
That's powerful, Egette. That is real work. That's serious work. I imagine it's not easy work. I know it's not easy work, but it's good work. It's necessary work, and that is powerful. That's so powerful. When we talk about the work and the challenges that come with really making impactful changes to mental health, looking ahead, what are your hopes for future policy and practice changes within systems that serve this population?
Mm. Yeah, for me, my hope for the future policy is to like include refugees and immigrant population in policymaking. And in the past, I've always researched a lot about what was going on in like the refugee policymaking. And for a while, like the Trump administration threatened refugee resettlement program. It also limited number of refugees who can come into the United States. And my hope is that, for the next policies, they should, try to do a much better job to support refugees and immigrants who are coming in the country by increasing, funding on the federal and local level.
Absolutely. I am in agreement with you on that. And I really appreciate you sharing that. And that's something that I think we tend not to think about. I think the direct practice is important, right? That's where you're meeting people where they are, you're supporting them, you're, joining alongside them through their journey and their process. But oftentimes there's so many barriers and hindrance when it comes to policies and practices, and procedures that are in place. And we definitely need to see changes in that. And so I appreciate you offering your insight on what your hopes are for these policy and practice changes. I know that our time is coming to an end, but I just wanted to give you an opportunity to just share any final thoughts or additional messages that you would like to share before our time comes to an end.
I would just like to say thank you so much to you guys for, including me, including my voice. And I do really want to talk about, the viewers who are watching this. If you guys know of anyone who is in need of these services, either reach out. We are on Instagram, social media. We do have a website. So, yeah.
Awesome. And thank you, Egette, so much. The work, again, that you're doing is incredible. It's incredibly hard, but it seems incredibly fulfilling. It seems that it is something you are definitely passionate about. You and your team are passionate about, and I think you guys are doing. I just want to emphasize to everyone that Egette is a college student who is CEO of Safe Haven and has really developed Safe Haven into this really impactful, powerful service and program to her fellow students, families, and communities. And so we truly thank you for allowing us to learn more about you, your journey, your life experiences, and how you are helping to shape the experiences of others for a more positive outlook on their life. And so this is the Racial Truth and Reconciliation Week. So we want to thank you and your team for bringing truth and reconciliation to the lives of students of refugee and immigrant backgrounds and their families. I want you to continue to take care, and we look forward to staying connected with you, Egette.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.